Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? On this beautiful day, looks like some rain fixing to move in. I'm going to give everybody just a second to go ahead and get in here before we get busy. This will probably be a short one today because I've got some things to do. Got a meeting at the church I got to go to at 7 o'clock. Got to leave here around 6:30, so gotta get some things done before I get out of here. Building my list. Cool. So we're going to talk about some prospecting today, okay? I'm going to try my best to not talk about mindset. That seems to be my big topic of the day lately. So let's just let everybody get in here for just a minute before I get started. And I'll let a few people hop on here if we can. Let's see. Alright, a minute. We'll go ahead and get started here real quick. Okay, so I wanted to talk today about the topic of the question that a lot of people ask you, especially when you're prospecting on Facebook or any other social media platform. When you make that very first connection, though, there's always that little chit chat and chatter, and the very first question, one of the first questions that's always going to pop up is, what do you do? Right? So let me go in here, let me refresh this real quick, and share this out to some groups right quick while we're waiting on a few people more to pop on. There we go. Hey, might actually work this time. Didn't work last time. Internet low day. So that's one of the very first questions, right, that's always asked is, so what is it that you do? And that's just a form. It's like a break in communication. It's like a icebreaker, right? It's something to kind of get the conversation started. And so let me share this in a group real quick. Oh, I can't spell either. Yeah. So that's what Mariah Boatwright is watching. Awesome. Mary Emmer. Hi, Mary. How are you, Mary? How are you doing? Haven't talked to you in a while. What you been up to? Oh, it's pouring at my house now. I can hear the rain coming. So, anyway, let's talk about what do you say with the question, what do you do? And honestly, I think it truly depends on how you're actually meeting the person. Obviously, if they ask you that question, they don't know you. So it's basically an icebreaker question, like, what do you do? Well, a lot of people think they have to have this really huge, major, jazzed up answer, right? Like it's some kind of big thing, like, well, I am this, and I train people to do this, and this. And really, if that's not really who you are, if that's not really what you do, that's not really necessary, right? Dan Scott, what's up, buddy? What you need to do is, for instance, if you're a pharmacist, and say you work full-time as a pharmacist and part-time you're in network marketing. If you're a pharmacist, tell them, I'm a pharmacist, but on the side I have a few projects going on. But really I don't want to talk about that. Tell me more about you. What do you do? And that's kind of how you want to twist that conversation around. When someone asks you, what do you do, they're trying to get you to open up so that they can find that window of opportunity, basically, to kind of come in and pitch you, right? Let's be real. People want to open up that conversation with you so they can kind of figure out where they can come and pitch. Honestly, what you need to do is be a better listener and less talking. If you'll listen more to what they have to say, find out more about what they're doing, find out what kind of work they do, find out if they're full-time online, if they're part-time online, do they have a job, do they not have a job? Ask more questions and listen to what they have to say. Ask your questions, step back, and be quiet. And honestly, you're going to find that that's going to work out a whole lot better for you. Because the thing about it is, if you're interested in them, they will be interested in you down the road. Because honestly, when you ask somebody about what they do, it throws them off a lot of times, right? Honestly, it does. Because a lot of people are so used to just people coming in and diving in with the kill, right? And so when you actually divert that conversation when they ask you what do you do, when you divert that and kind of like let it bounce off you like as if you never even heard it, and come back to them and say, well, let's not talk about me, let's talk about you. That makes them feel special because all of a sudden, instead of them going into pitch mode, now you're asking about them. And so now they feel like you really do care about them, right? So now you want to listen. Now you want to listen to their conversation. You want to listen to what they're talking about. And so, honestly, you really can't go on and on this topic because it's pretty much just that simple, guys. It's just that simple. You know, when people ask you, what do you do? Be open and honest. Be open and honest about what it is that you do. Don't try to lie. Don't try to come up with some great big snazzy thing that makes you sound like you're some kind of superhero, right? Be honest. Be honest and tell them what you do. But divert that conversation back to them. Make sure that whatever it is that you say, you don't have to give them a 10-hour conversation about what you do. You want to talk more about what it is that they do, because that's going to help you in your conversation with them to go in the direction that you want it to. And at the end of the day, at the end of that conversation, neither one of you may pitch each other because of the way the conversation goes. But honestly, that's okay, because the whole point of it is to build a relationship. And so that opening conversation, that breaking of the ice, that feeling each other out period, is just to build a relationship. So later on down the road, there may be an opportunity where you can come back and connect, and your opportunity may be better to be presented at that point in time. But right then and there may not be that point in time to do such a thing. But so many network marketers are just so quick to pitch their business. You know, I was in a conversation with a guy today, and he reached out to me, and I messaged him back. And I did just that. I asked him, what he did for a living, and asked him if he was full-time in his business. And he was already starting to pitch me a little bit, but he was being discreet about it. So I commend him for that. But honestly, I could see where he was going. He was trying to be in command of the conversation, right? And in the way that he was talking to me. I mean, we were just like messaging each other back. But you could tell just in his verbiage that he was trying to take control of the conversation. And so I had to realize that fast. And I put it back on him, so I started asking more questions about him. And honestly, when I did that, I think it threw him off game because he already went into pitch mode. And that's what so many network marketers do is they can't just talk to someone, right? And just have conversation, general conversation. Find out about someone, Why pitch someone your business if they may not even need your business? You may have some kind of great big cool shake thing and they may be lactose intolerant, and all your stuff is dairy based. They're not going to need your product. They don't need your product, and if they can't use your product, they're not going to want to sell it. So the whole thing about it is building relationships. You have to build relationships before you pitch your business. Okay, nobody wants to be pitched before they get to know you. And I get, I'm sure everybody sees it. Everybody gets spammed, and I used to be a spammer. I'm guilty. Been there, done that. But a lot of times it's because we don't know better, right? And so it's your job and it's my job to make sure that we teach people the proper way to market. And the question, what do you do? It's an icebreaker. But when someone asks you that question, instead of just going on and on and on about yourself, turn the question around. Tell them what you do. Very short, quick. Hey, I'm a pharmacist, but I've got a couple side projects going on. And that's all cool and well. But tell me more about you. Tell me about what it is that you do. And that's how you want to turn it around. You want to put the emphasis on you. Tell me more about what you do. Because I'm interested in hearing about your story. I'm interested in hearing about what you do for a living. And so once you turn that around, now you've got control of the conversation where you can listen more than you speak. Listen more than you speak. And for some people, that's very, very hard, right? It's very hard for a lot of people just to listen, right? Because you can listen to someone's conversation and find a ton about them if you will listen. That doesn't mean hear, it means listen. You actually have to listen to what they're saying. Listen to their tonalities. Listen to to the way that they talk, right? Because that's going to tell you a lot about where they are in their life and what's going on in their life. So anyway, that's my tip for the day. If you want some more tips, if you got some value from this today, please like it, share it, comment, tag a teammate. If you want some more information on how you can do better in your prospecting, right? If you're struggling prospecting, if you're struggling to get leads and sales, there's a cool course that I'm going to give you today. It's a free course, top 10 prospecting tips, right? This is guaranteed to generate you 2 to 10 leads every single day if you'll do the things that are inside of this course. Now, this course was actually created by a multi-seven-figure earner. Okay, he's built companies, and he actually gave us access to this training. So I'm going to give it to you today. All you have to do is go to Mike Walker's blog /prospecting. That's Mike Walker's blog /prospecting. You're going to get this course on how you can start generating 2 to 10 leads prospecting the right way. So just go over there right now. That's mikewalkersblog.com /prospecting, and I'll shoot that right over to you right now, guys. So I hope you got some value from today. Take care, be blessed. Got some storms coming, so I'm probably going to lose internet service here directly. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.